waging wars with the Nazis?
That's a good question. I see you go to a very good school where you learn how to ask good questions. This young gentleman asked me a really good question. Do I have any hate towards the Nazis? Now, I would like to use a different word. I don't like the word Nazis. The word Nazi actually means nothing. When people kill others, they have to have a name and an address and a phone number. So what you really ask me is, do I have any hatred towards the people who killed the Jews? And the answer basically is, it's not a question of hatred, but as a religious person, I believe that at the end, there will be a great day of judgment, and most religions, the Catholics, the Protestants, have this belief that in a great day of judgment, and all those people who kill innocent people will be judged. And this is not just what you call the Nazis or Germans, this is 95% of Europe. Most of Europe was part of this. Just this past Sunday, on page 6 of the New York Times, there was a big article of the Ukrainians enjoying on their own, without the Germans, killing their Jewish citizens. And they would put them into their graves while they were still alive. As a matter of fact, the only country in Europe that truly apologized and said, we are sorry to the Jews was Germany. The German people truly apologized. The other people did not apologize because they said someone else did it. And when you say someone else did it, then you don't have a chance to apologize. In classrooms many times, when kids do bad things, they say someone else did it. And that's how the nations of Europe did it. Someone else did it. But actually they did it themselves. So I hope that at the end of days there will be a great day of judgment and all these nations and individuals will be judged.
What was the most
that I had in the Holocaust? One of the worst experiences I had was that on the night when they deported us, my little sister was 8 years old, became very sick. She had high fever. And we were lying out in an open field in the railroad station, and the rain was pouring down. And my little sister had high fever. My father was the rabbi of the city. We had about 3,000 Jews at the train station then. And my father went around asking people, would you have an aspirin? And my mother was crying, my father was crying, and they held my little sister in their arms, and she was shivering. And after about 3 hours, my father came back so terribly upset that he couldn't find an aspirin. And that really hurt me terribly. We did not know what will be. It was what we call touch and go. A great miracle, I think, from heaven happened, that by the morning the fever went. And today my sister, by the way, is a world-famous speaker. Her first name is Esther, and her last name is Jungreis. And in fact, today she's in the White House. And as part of the Holocaust Commission. She's visiting pregnant Bush. I'm Tony Bush. I'm open.
Were you afraid at all, or did you stay humble?
I was afraid every moment that we will not get out alive, because we did not know what's happening, and we were supposed to leave after a few weeks, and meanwhile the months went by, and we were sure they are fooling us. And so it looked that God forbid we are not getting out. In my concentration camp, where I was, that was called Bergen-Belsen, they did not do. As a matter of fact, there was no purpose except to make people feel bad. Because those camps where they tattooed, they were killed right away. My camp, they were not killed right away, so they did not tattoo. So you cannot say that the reason is that they were official, they were looking at numbers. This was just to make people feel bad.